Hello, this is White3, and this is my highlights of AOR Malaysia, which was round 12 of the season, and it's going to be full drive for the race, which is somewhat surprising considering it's Malaysia, so we're learning the setup now. And I had very little practice for this race, mainly because I couldn't be bothered, I think. I don't like Malaysia at all, so yeah, didn't really put much effort in before the race, so learning the setup now. I actually changed the setup to like in qualifying, which is never what you really want to be doing, so yeah, it shows that I've not got the best preparation, but hopefully I can get some points as I've got pretty decent run lately, apart like including Singapore, which I came 11th. I've scored points every race since Spain, I believe, or maybe one after Spain, I can't remember. So now coming on to the end of my first lap in quali, and it is absolutely appalling. It's a 33.2, which is almost 2 seconds off the provisional pole time, which will definitely get faster. And onto my next run, I just went into the session now, and I'm already down in sector 1, but then running wide at turn 4, I think, and losing the back end, and that's that lap over. So now we got to back off and go for another lap straight after that. And you can see it's my best lap in qualifying now. Luckily I did actually get a good lap at the end, otherwise that 33.2 would have been the worst lap in AOR history probably. So now starting the lap and down towards turn 1, and that lap was a solid 14 seconds off the pole time, but obviously I did back off, so no, there's no point really in that lap at all. So coming into turn 1, braking 100-meter board down to second gear and not shifting up before the turn 2. I didn't get quite on the apex as you want to be there, but we've still got a decent exit, but we are a 10th down on the previous best, but sector 1 was pretty good on the previous lap, so that's not too bad, and there's plenty of time to recover and improve that lap a lot. So now braking just as the little path starts on the left hand side down to third gear, getting good exit, which we do just about. And already we've equalled our previous, we're level with Delta now through turn 6 and 7, flat out through the left and a little downshift and flick the car to the right, which I can never really get right. And this corner as well, I really struggle with the braking point down to 4th gear and then on the exit, just about on the curb, but you don't want to go over it, otherwise that will cost your exit pretty substantially. And braking 100-meter ball once again down to second gear for this corner, traction very difficult out of there. And now through the next right-hander, obviously easily flat, and this corner here, no braking point at all, there is no reference at all, so just pretty much guess down to 4th gear, and then the next two are flat, and then the second last corner is also horrific for knowing where to brake. I kind of just had to guess in reference to that grey path on the right-hand side of the track there, so I actually did pretty well on the qualifying lap there, and we're up to a second up on my previous lap, so that's a pretty big improvement. So just the final corner to go now, braking just after 100-meter board down to third gear, try and get on the apex and get a good exit down towards the line, and open DRS, MV0 on the poles so far, and then we're going to improve up to a 32.3, which is decent actually. To say how little practice I did, I would take that. So 9th place on the grid, and MV0 on pole position with KJ in second and 2 championship rivals, and only 13 drivers, so 9th isn't that bad, but if I could just stay here I'll be happy with that. So now we're coming on to the 5 red lights for the Malaysian Grand Prix in AOR F2, and it's lights out and away we go, and I've got a decent start, but Hayden just had no reaction time at all, and he's completely almost put me into the wall there, but obviously nothing he could have done about that, because that was just his poor reaction that I had to take avoiding action. He's gone diving into turn 1, I'm going to try and avoid him. Got the inside of turn 1, can we make this work? Round the outside of turn 2 is not the place you want to be really. And we try and hold the position around the outside of boring shots in there as well, so up into 8th place luckily. So we've managed to not get damage and gain a position, so that's pretty successful first few corners. Now down towards turn 4 for the first time, Herschel is going a little bit defensive, so just about avoiding there. And staying in 8th place for now. You can see up ahead there's a massive train, but you can see in the mini-map MV0 already pulling away. It's quite a lot, so pretty sure unless he has problems, then it looks like he's pretty much got this in the bag already. But Herschel goes a bit wide onto the grass there, so that could cost his exit. Now down towards the next few runs, next few corners, and I've got a good exit there, and Bobbers and Herschel go wide, so that could give me a chance, but they're pretty too far ahead. So just about avoiding his back end, don't want to get wing damage this early in the race. And I'm right at the back of Herschel, so can we try and line it up maybe? From this point there's not really an overtake opportunity until the second last corner, or the last corner, sorry, not the second last. So just try to extend his back end until that time, and Bobbett's also right ahead of him, keeps going on the grass, so that's going to help me out because it means that he keeps getting terrible exits, to be honest, and that obviously compromises Herschel as well. So now out of the second last corner, decent run through there, and we're in the slipstream now, which should be existing because no one's left yet. So maybe it exists, maybe it doesn't. I'm going to brake just after the 100-meter board, as I did in qualifying. He's got a little bit wide. We're going to look up the inside. Can we make this work? Little bit of contact. I don't know, that was a little bit punter pass-esque, but Bolt was also pitted, so up into 6th. But he went wide, I went for the gap, and he kind of turned a little bit across. But he's back in the slipstream now, so Herschel going to switch to the outside, back into turn 1. and he's going to both break it onto the board. I'm on the inside line, so I should be able to force him out here and just try to edge him out, but he's still got the inside line for turn 2. A little bit more contact there, but I don't think anyone got damaged, so it's all fine. And now down towards the exit of turn 2 and turn 3, I've got a decent run. I've got the inside line as well, so that should be that down to turn 4, but he's still there on the outside, so we've got to try and defend off again down towards turn 4. Should break it a little bit later, don't run wide, and that is that position sorted down from the 6th place, so that's a very good start. A little bit like, I don't know, maybe it's fair, maybe it wasn't into the last corner, but I'll take it anyway. But he's up the inside now, so it may not matter anyway. Herschel trying to go past. I've got the inside line for turn 2, trying to make him go wide as possible, but that's actually giving him a better exit, and he's absolutely bolted off the traction there and gone straight past me up to 6th there. So if that move was unfair, it doesn't matter anyway, because he's back past me within a few laps. So down towards turn 4, just about trying to avoid his back end, but he holds that position into the next corner. So now on to lap 4, there's 1 lap later, and I've had a terrible run through there. I really didn't know where to brake at all for that corner, to be honest. I hated it so much. Like, and Malaysia is the worst track for no liner, is what I found. Other than like Monaco probably, but still. Hayden right behind me now, he's got a decent switchback move, and he's going to try and make a move into the next corner, but I've run a little bit wide. Hayden's going to go up the inside, and just about, it's going to be side by side to do fast left right, which I don't really want. I've turned in way too early there onto the artificial grass, and unfortunately that means I've not got any grip on the tyres, and I've locked up, and I've run wide, and Zelchi also spun out there, but he's going to hold that position, and I'm down 3 positions, so that's gone very well. I'm down to 10th place. Oasis, I think, must have got damaged because he's nowhere near me at the minute. So now going to lap 9, a lot later. I don't have the pace at all really of the drivers who actually passed me, so unfortunate, but that's what happens when you don't practice. So I'm going to come into this pit now for the medium tyres, I believe, and Oasis should have to stop again because he stops into the softs on that one, so that should be at least 1 position I'll get back. Go to the box now, and it is a 2.6 second stop, and that's pretty decent, not amazing, but we're down into 11th place probably, or 12th actually, when we're at the end of the pit lane. Bombers goes past there, so if I want to get points, I've actually got to have some good pace here, which is unfortunate because I don't have good pace, but we're going to come out a clear 12th point shot. I think must have got damage as well, and he's going to pit again later in the race. So 12th place looks secure, but that's not really much of a surprise when there's 13 left. But the yellow flag up ahead, and who is this? That's Bobbers, and Ollie actually spun and crashed. Bobbers is out. I think Ollie is going to be out too. He definitely got a substantial damage. So that's me up into 10th, and it became 9th when a few more people pitted. So I'll take it. Points are on for offer now. And up into 7th actually, as a few drivers went for 2 stops, including Zelchi, and I think it was Herschel who's pitted for super softs. So unfortunately they're going to be much faster than me for the rest of the race. And as you can see, Zelchi is already on my back end. He's one of the fastest drivers in the league, so no surprise really. He's probably going about 2.5 seconds faster a lap than me at this point. So into the next corner, I'm not going to try and block it. He's just going to have much better traction off the exit. So he's going to go around the outside and take that position into 7th. He's going to push on to try and take a few more positions, but there's quite a big gap up ahead. So I'd be surprised if he can gain any more, to be honest. But now onto lap 27, 1 lap left after this, and I've got Herschel all over my back end again. So I'm going to try and defend this pretty hard because there's only a couple of laps left. So Herschel right behind me now and break it into the next corner, and I've run wide and still don't know the braking point for that corner. And Herschel is up the inside, and unfortunately that was a terrible defence, and I'm back down to 9th. So that is pretty terrible, to be honest. I'm not very happy with how I performed this race, but I didn't do any practice, so I'm not surprised. It's just a bit annoying when you're in a league race and you keep getting overtaken, to be honest, and you have no pace at all. But you can see MVP0 wins the race, and I'm going to come across the line for 9th, which is points. I'll take it. Like, this race was a bit of a throwaway after having done little to no preparation at all, and Herschel didn't have any penalties, unfortunately, so that means that I did finish 9th. 0 wins, Franklin and KJ in 2nd and 3rd, so good results for them, and I'm in 9th place, just ahead of Oasis and Boeing Shutter. Not a good day for Ferraris either, but that is the end of the video. Hope you did enjoy. If you didn't, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. This has been J183, and I will see you next time.